There is no coming to consciousness without pain. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, in order to avoid facing their own soul. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Promise of happiness or reduction of suffering pushes a lot of us towards obtaining wisdom or elevating our consciousness. There are many roads one can take which promise peace, joy, and satisfaction with life no matter where you find yourself. Countless psychological and philosophical practices offer us instruments and instructions on how to behave, what to do, to think, to feel. Be it a stoic life of virtue or a hedonistic quest of chasing pleasure and avoiding pain, it doesn't always deliver the results we expected right away or in a form we were picturing them. To get on the other side, one has to undertake a transformative journey and face the trials of life, and for some, it will be the hardest thing that they are going to face in their lives. So, does it really get worse before it gets better? Let's find it out. Carl Gustav Jung was a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst who founded analytical psychology. Jung's work has been influential in the fields of psychiatry, anthropology, archaeology, literature, philosophy, and religious studies. He was also known for rigorous exploration of his own unconscious mind and practicing active imagination. One of the most fascinating concepts conceived by Jung is the shadow. Jung stated the shadow to be the unknown dark side of the personality. Everything we are not aware of is hidden in the realm of shadow. It manifests itself when we are being upset by the behaviors of other people or are put in a difficult life situation. You can also compare it to the deep or dark web of the internet. Only 5% of the data constitutes the surface web, the part of the internet we use daily. The rest of it is actually hidden from view. And the shady activities you might hear about on the news take place in those parts. Well, your shadow is the dark web of your mind. The shadow itself is not bad. It's a part of our psyche. Yet, our reactions and actions caused by it can wreak havoc and cause a lot of suffering both to us and the people surrounding us. So, according to Jung, integrating our shadow was a paramount step in the process of individuation, and it required a lot of moral effort to do so. No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. The idea of facing darkness and overcoming your inner demons finds reflection in different cultures and philosophies, dating long before Jung coined the concept of shadow. The main similarity between them is the importance of mastering yourself as a way of obtaining true freedom and power. The founder of Stoicism, Zeno of Citium, put it this way: man conquers the world by conquering himself. And a few centuries later, another great Stoic, Seneca, told us that a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Indeed, looking at the stories of the old and new, we find that they all follow a similar scenario. Our protagonist finds him or herself in the middle of an internal or external crisis, and through overcoming the adversities ends up becoming a hero, realizing the potential and advancing on the journey of self-discovery. Even in the story of Jesus Christ, he had to overcome the temptations of Satan in the wilderness. Understanding and applying this way of seeing the internal struggle in our life is the best and the fastest way of getting the observable results and changes. It will feel counterintuitive and confusing, but that is the source of the real personal growth. David R. Hawkins explained it well in one of his books. Acute catastrophes are the times when we make great leaps, when we face them directly and fixedly say, "I will not veer from this spiritual work." Now we are really confronted with truly spiritual work. It is not reading some pleasant-sounding phrases in a book or looking at some happy picture. Instead, we are right in the thick of it, in the teeth of it. The teeth of spiritual work occur when we are confronted with that which we cannot avoid. It is the direct confrontation that requires a leap in consciousness. And he continues, "These are the golden opportunities that are priceless if we see them that way, if we are willing to be with them and say, okay, The willingness to go with them, no matter how painful it may be, enables a giant leap in consciousness, a real advance in wisdom, knowledge, and awareness. That which we read about in the books then becomes our own experience. It doesn't matter too much which philosophical point of view we take to look at this process. Either way, we have to prepare to face our unconscious dread and agonizing pain. The sooner you realize you're in hell, the sooner you can climb into purgatory, was how my friend Michael from Discord put it. Don't be deceived by the appearing simplicity of working through your repressed emotions and feelings. On the rational level, it might seem as a straightforward and relatively simple process. The true difficulties arise once we actually start practicing it and going deeper. It is during our darkest hours that we must focus to see the light, teaches us Buddha. Is it worth it? My answer is yes. The most profound peace I experienced was when I consciously faced that what was scaring me the most and let go of it. Is it possible for anybody to start learning about how to facilitate this process? Yes again. Subscribe to see the technique of letting go covered and explained in my next videos. Learning more about your own darkness might be the most impactful decision you make in your life. How far are you willing to go to obtain your freedom? How much suffering are you ready to go through? Are you willing to let it all out and immerse yourself in a literal hell on earth until you finally get some clarity? Consider these questions before you venture on this journey. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments section about your experience with facing the darkness. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It will help the channel to grow and cover more interesting topics. See you in the next video.